Muhammad ibn Sirin was one of the famous tabi'in for his piety and expertise on interpreting dreams. He also owned a business in the market. One day, he's about to make a business deal, but he doubted the source of commodity that he wanted to buy, that perhaps it is not halal, but shubhat. There is something fishy about this stuff. It is doubtful. The price is 40,000 dirhams. This is a big number. In our money, it could be around $10,000. He simply cancelled the business deal. He was in doubt. He was suspicious whether it was halal or haram. He simply left the transaction, just like that. The whole market was shocked. He has the biggest chance to get it, to win the business deal, but he was not interested. He just left it. The news spread like wildfire that Muhammad ibn Sirin has just left his 40,000 dirhams. You see, this is not an easy thing to do. A businessman like him must have known that the profit he can make out of it. But anyway, the next morning, there was a man who buys something from his store, but he had paid 2 dirhams less than the agreed price. Only 2 dirhams less. Ibn Sirin said, "By Allah, you have to pay 2 dirhams more." He replied, "What? Which 2 dirhams? By Allah, I've paid exactly as agreed." But Ibn Sirin said, "By Allah, no, you have not." They had a quarrel. The whole market came to see. Look, these two quarreled over 2 dirhams. What happened was finally the man gave up and paid the 2 dirhams. Ibn Sirin then gave him the stuff and he left. People asked him, "Oh, Ibn Sirin, yesterday you left 40,000 dirham just like that because you worry about shubhat. And now you swear by Allah's name simply because those 2 dirhams? What was the answer of a man who has taqwa of his Rabb? This is very important. He said, "By Allah, I swear, I do not want him to consume haram stuff. I know that those 2 dirhams are haram for him." He left 40,000 dirham that he could have easily earned. But us, we are very likely to belittle everything. "That's okay. We can deal with that later." Isn't that the case? "This piece of cake. We'll deal with it later." That's what we will say, our bad habit. We forgot that even a penny was enough to send us to the hospital for a month if it's from haram source. So watch out. Similar story about Imam Nawawi rahimahullah. He was once heard a news that his neighbor's goat was missing. So his neighbor told him, "My goat was missing. I have no idea where it is. I have looked for it in every places I used to herd, but it was nowhere to be found. It must have been stolen." Because of this, Imam Nawawi stopped buying goat for a month. He didn't buy any goat at all, whether it was live goat or goat meat from the market. He didn't buy any of those until he was sure that his neighbor's goat whereabouts was revealed, whether the goat was dead or it was safely found. Not buying goat for a whole month. He was just being careful not to buy himself that lost goat of his neighbor. That is how mindful he was of his relationship with Allah. Imagine that. So then, how about us? We are just so frivolous. From foods to drinks to clothing, just wear it, just eat it, subhanallah. We are accountable for each and every one of it. Be mindful about your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.